Dude, we're at Denny's. Needs no introduction. This isn't just like any Denny's though, okay? Like if you live in Southern California, you know this Denny's. Even if you've never been here, you've seen it. You ready for it? So the reason you know this Denny's if you live in Southern California is because it's about halfway between LA and San Diego. And so if you see the sign and you're making that long drive, you're like, oh, we're halfway there. It's famous not just for that iconic vintage sign out front, but it's famous because it's been here since 1964, right off the Interstate 5 in San Clemente, California. And a lot of Denny's are right off of the highway, right? Off of exit ramps, right off the freeway, because they're strategically placed to be accessible. People are on a long road trip. You wanna go to Denny's. Here's the burning question on everybody's mind, right? Who's Denny?
Sold.
Originally in 1953, it was called Danny's Donuts. It was just two guys serving coffee and donuts all day. Later, people wanted more than donuts, so they changed it to Danny's Coffee Shop. Then came a small problem. There was already a place called Coffee Dan. So to avoid legal issues, to avoid confusion, they changed the Danny's to Denny's, and then it just shortened into Denny's. So there's never really a real Denny. But the point is like, it doesn't really matter, right? Because like now Denny's is Denny's. Because today, if somebody named their kid Denny, people would be like, oh, did you name it after the iconic American diner? So here's what's wild is what started as Danny's Coffee or whatever back in the 1950s is now 1,550 Denny's across America. Only 80 of those are corporate owned, so the vast majority are franchises. Oh, that's perfect. Thank you. All right, I might have gotten the chocolate cinnamon milkshake. Recently, we partnered with Denny's to help tell some of their stories of internal growth. And one of those stories was the founder of NVIDIA, Jensen Huang. He says that a lot of the lessons that shaped who he is today, one of the richest men on the planet, he learned at Denny's. And that's a common theme among leaders, not just in the hospitality industry, but across the board. Well, why is that? Because when you work in a place like this, to excel, you have to learn teamwork, you have to show up, you have to be on time, you have to show up for other people, you have to learn how to have really great customer service skills. One of my favorite fast food CEOs is Scott Boatwright.
I'm the CEO of Chipotle Mexican Grill.
And he got his start at McDonald's.
My first job was at a McDonald's restaurant flipping burgers.
Same deal. So what I love is that these restaurant brands are not just like cranking out burgers and milkshakes, they're cranking out leaders. The ones who are doing it right are investing in people regardless of whether they're staying there or not. Think about this. Since the 1950s when Denny started, 2 to 3 million people have worked here. Email me if you want to know my math on that. I checked it out. It checks out. That's 2 to 3 million people who could potentially be invested in by an organization like Denny's to invest in future leaders, to invest in future businesses, to invest in future families and help develop people. That's a lot of responsibility for these organizations. And I believe that the organizations that are killing it are the ones who don't take that responsibility lightly. They understand that this is not a low skills job, this is a skills building job. And they're spending time, money, energy in building skills. That's rich. It's really good. Thank you. It's a good recommendation. So next time that you pull into a Denny's at 2 a.m. and order your moons over Miami or your chocolate cinnamon milkshake, just know that you're not just like buying some comfort food or, you know, sipping on a dessert. You're buying into a system that helps cultivate leaders. Because quality organizations that last over time don't just feed people, they build them.